You may think that that's a N-gauge 08 shunter on the left and a 00 gauge shunter on the right. Well, you're wrong. That's a 00 gauge shunter on the left and a O gauge shunter on the right. So what this video is going to be all about today is the O gauge Dapol 08 shunter in BR blue. So sit back and enjoy. So a couple of weeks ago, probably about a month ago, when we had the snow, I put up a video of this little 08 trying its little hardest to make its way round my garden railway in the snow. And if you have seen it, it didn't do too well, but we'll go into that later. So I've had lots of people commenting and it caused a lot of interest. So I thought it's about time that I get off my bum and do a video for you guys of it. So I thought, what's the best way to do it than show it off against a 00 gauge Bachmann shunter. And just so you believe me, there's an N gauge steam loco on the left. There you go. So let's put that into perspective. It's a big boy. If I get rid of that. So obviously most of you guys have probably already got one. A 00 gauge Bachmann shunter or Hornby, that's the size, and obviously look at the size difference. Straight away it's not even double. It's got to be double the length at least. There you go. So I decided that I wanted a garden railway, and I was just toying with it in my head. It was a bit of a fantasy really, and I went into my local model shop and I've seen these sat in the window outside, and just looking at the sheer size of them, it just attracts you. Like, you look at the 00 gauge one, it looks great and everything, but it looks nothing compared to that O gauge one. So I decided to buy it. Didn't have anywhere to run it, didn't have any track, I just sold on it. Now I know Cheeky Tech, he's commented how much he actually really likes this. He says he's got nowhere to run it, but he wants one. So by the end of this video, Cheeky Tech, if you're watching, you've got to buy one. Yeah, so I decided just to buy it, and then the railway came after. Now I will go into O gauge a little bit later for you, but for you guys that are interested, I'm going to show you this shunter. So let's start from the front. Now look at that, hang on. If I do that, we'll do a comparison as we're going along. Now please remember that the shunter on the left is weathered and the BR blue one isn't, but that does help you to see it with the camera. But you can actually see through the grills. You can't see through the grills on the Bachmann one. Now a lot of people do hype how good the Bachmann shunters are. Now I'm sorry, it just looks like a toy. I know, I said it. I've always said that the 00 gauge aren't toys, but just looking at them, it just looks like the real thing next to a toy. Anyway, what we've got is we have working lights. We've got the 4, we've got the 1 on the top and 3 on the bottom. While it's running forward, you get your headlights, and you're supposed to get your tail lights. If you DCC it, you can obviously control all the lights. You can put the headlights on, the tail lamps on. DC you can't. You just get like just what you get in 00. And on the rear as well, excuse me, if I spin it round, you've got 1 on the top, 3 on the bottom. While you don't get all the lights on when you're running DC, you just get the top light and the rear one. But to be fair, running around the garden, even in a really sunny day like today, you can actually see them. You know, they're not blinding enough, and they're not like 00 gauge, but you can see it, and that's prototypical of the O gauge, of the 08 shunter. The lights, they wouldn't light up anything. They were just there just so it could be seen. So if we obviously look at the buffers, all sprung buffers, metal construction with plastic body. You've got the 3-link coupling on the front. If I dangle that down, Obviously, if you've never used O-gauge, ran O-gauge, then they don't have NEM pockets and tension lock couplers like that. They've got these chains just like the real things, and then they just hook into the coupling hook on the front. They are a pain in the bum, especially when you've got like a long train of wagons and you can't just like push them together and they clip. You've got to hook them all together, but it looks the part. They really do look good. If we come round to the side, if I put that one as well, just so you can compare. Now I've gone for the BR blue. You can get the earlier variant with the D running number. You can get the one with the red coupling rods. I went for the later one, 08173, tops running number with the yellow coupling rods and the yellow buffers. You can get the one with red buffers as well. You can get it in BR green, you can get it in BR black. There is a special edition one that Dapol have done. I think it's 13001. That's in all black with the early crest, called Charlie, I believe, with a red nameplate there. The livery is spot on. It's a very simple livery, to be fair. It's just all over blue with the yellow wasp stripes going up the side. This is the variant without the ladders that go up the side. You can get an O-gauge shunter with them. It's just I chose this one. You can see it's got the little whistle which is separately applied. You've got the separately applied handrails. You can actually physically touch them, feeling them stick out. You could try and pull on them, but you'd probably break them. You can see the, if I go underneath, oh, is it going to read? You can actually read that. I don't know if the camera will. Let's try. Oh, I've gone too far. Read. Oh. I don't know if you can read that. Hand, light, socket, lube, oil drain. That's what it says. And obviously, look, you can see the little tap. You can see the connecting rods. You can see the little, oh, what is it? I can't remember. It's got the gauge, the tank. You've got the running number, and you've got the data panel. Obviously, 08. Class 08, weight, tons, 49. See, with O-gauge you can read all the detail, and my eyesight ain't great. Anyway, right, let's back out. But you can really see the detail. You've got the steps, you've got the separately applied handrails. You know, if you look at the cab, the door does swing open and shut. You can actually see in the cab. Might be a bit hard with a big camera, so I'll try this. There you go, you can see in there. Don't know if you can you see all the, it's separately fitted and painted as well. Don't know if that, oh, not working. There you go. How about that? You don't get that in 00. You can see the, you can really see all the rivets. You can see the pipe. I think that's an electrical cable for all the lights, not pipe. You can see the rivets on the buffer beam. You can see the coupling. You can really see they've gone to town on this. You know, hang on, how did I have it? There you go. You can see all the rivets and everything. You run your finger over it and nothing's smooth. It's all lovely and bumpy and just like the real thing, if you've ever rubbed up an 08. Let's go around to the other side. Again, should be the same as the other side really, not much more to cover. It has got the opening and closing door. There you go, I've just closed it. And that is the quick look round of the shunter. Let's bring it round the front. Look, you can see through the grills. I can't really see what's behind it, but you can see through them. So how about that? We'll just put that there. There you go. Obviously, as you can see, that's got the ladders applied and that one hasn't. You can get different variations of this. Dapol have made quite a few 08 shunters, different variations. So it depends which one you fancy. But now here's the big but. Now an O-gauge shunter, a double O-gauge shunter. The latest Hornby release of the DB Schenker 08 shunter, that'll set you back more than £100. And I'm sorry, I'm not mad, I'm not rich, and I will not be buying one. £100 for an oh 08 Shunter. I love the oh 08 Shunters, but not that much, not for that price anyway. I don't know how they think they can charge it, it's just daylight robbery in my eyes. This Shunter, it's a few years old now, it's by Batman, and I think it cost me about £70. And to think it's just a Shunter, it doesn't really run much on the layout, bar shunting, it's quite a lot of money. Now, here's where it gets a bit more exciting. How much does this big boy set you back? Well, £191 on various online websites. Obviously, you may find special offers and deals, but the normal going rate for one of these, if you picked it up today, tomorrow, next week, £191. Now that to me, you get one hell of a lot for your money. You get working lights, just look at the size comparison, you know, you're getting over double the model. So, and it's not even really double the price what you'd pay now for an 08 Shunter. You get a big meaty motor in there, 5-pole motor. Obviously I haven't took the body off, I don't know what it looks like on the inside. This is DCC ready, but I'm keeping it simple in the garden. I'm not going down the DCC route like I have in 00. I just want a nice simple O-gauge railway just to run around the garden. It runs really well actually. You can run it on a 00 gauge controller. Literally just put the track down, power it like you would like a 00 gauge, and it just runs. Like I say, you get the lights on the back, you get this superb detailing. It's really heavy as well. Now I'm going to do a really accurate test. That, very light. That, oh look at that, oh I'm struggling, oh there you go. It's a big boy, he's heavy. Haulage capacity, I hear you shout. Well, I don't know. Everything I've tried him to pull, he's pulled, except the snow. Watch that video if you haven't seen it. Yeah, it runs really well. It's obviously, if you get a bigger O-gauge loco, like a mainline loco, it'll be heavier again. Because remember, it's a shunter. But it really does shunt. It really does pull. And I've got us a wagon. If I put them together, now doesn't that look that part? If I get a 00 gauge wagon, have I left one lying about? And he's back, there you go. There's a 00 gauge wagon. And shall we just, I don't like to put it on the ballast, but I will. There we go. Look at that. Now I suppose what you are shouting at the screen for me to do, you're like, go and run it, let's see it running. Okay, that's what I'll go and do. I'll see you in a minute.